Hi everybody, welcome to today's episode of Bill Nye. We're going to be talking about the spino-emotional tract today in your nervous system and how that can be applied and why it's important in OT and how you can identify it if someone has a lesion in this area of their neurons and spinal cord.
The science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill Nye, the science guy.
Science rules.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Inertia is a property of matter.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
T minus 7 seconds.
Bill Nye, the science guy.
Alright, so in order for you guys to get a better understanding of these tiny little neurons in your brain, I have a little picture here that shows the anatomical organization of how this tract works. So down here we have these little red lines, and this is actually the pathway that the spino-emotional tract will take. This is a picture of the spino-reticular tract. However, that tract and the spino-emotional tract are both ascending. So I just want you guys to pay attention to the fact that these red lines are going up to your brain and into your thalamus, because that's the takeaway from this picture. Because this neuron is an ascending, so it's going to be going up to your brain from the neurons in your spinal cord. So if we go over to this app, I have Complete Anatomy. This is the human body and only the nervous system of the human body. So if we zoom out, we can see the spinal cord in this other picture that I was showing you. This is your spinal cord, and it's protected in between your vertebrae. If you feel your back, all those bones that you can feel, this tiny little cord is inside of that, and that's why you have those, to protect this, because this is where all the sensory information goes up. So if we go back to this picture, within that spinal cord you have these little neurons, and when it travels up to your brain, we can go back to this, it's going to travel up to your brain and into this tiny part called your thalamus, which is this little pink. See where it's glowing green right here? I highlighted your thalamus. And so the reason why this is important, if someone that you're working with has a lesion in the spino-emotional tract, it's important because the kind of information it relays is a response to pain, arousal and withdrawal, and automatic and affected responses to pain. So if someone has a lesion in this area, this lesion can alter the sensory, motor, and endocrine components of that tract, and your patient can actually have pain, aching and burning pain in regions of the body where sensory stimuli doesn't usually have pain. And this is usually the indicator that this person probably has a lesion somewhere within the ascending projection neurons, including the spino-emotional tract. So if your patient is showing signs of this, that could be a sign that they do have this altercation in this thalamus here, because this has so many different parts. It controls so many different pain receptors in your body, and that can be a really big indicator. And it's important that we know about this in OT, because someone could say, oh, my hand aches or something aches, and you could think a million different things, but that could be wrong. But it's important to be learning about this, because someone might not think that it could be as microscopic as a neuron malfunction in your body. So that is just my quick overview of the spino-emotional tract, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Bill Nye.